Opened in 2001, it lies on the same site and retains the name of the city's beloved former stadium. We're here at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. Marvin Mims now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set! Alert! Alert! Go!
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Shut up! Hey, hey, check that. Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
3rd and long for Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
The give inside to Akers. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 28. Throwing the out route complete. Dukes out a one-stop. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Now 1st run of the game, Zamir White. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 11. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Willis. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Willis to throw it. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here we go, here we go. Jack, Panther. Hey, hey, check that.
Love this. Tight end getting a run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cut 19, cut 19. Get up.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. He's going deep. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Give to Williams from the gun. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Jack Jones making that tackle. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Nix from the gun. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Epps. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Seven Pirates. Let's go now. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Willis now. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll have it 3rd and 3.
Dragon 60.
Here's Willis to the air. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Go.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 47, we throw it deep to the left side, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jack Jones has got it. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was... and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready.
Out of the gun, White. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Ready. Warrior 70.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Finds the in route complete. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Let's go.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Brought in close to the 8. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Check, check.
A handoff for Williams, running left. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
First throw for the backup now. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Defended by Richardson.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this will be his first effort of the contest. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. He breaks the tackle. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders' drive is going to start deep on their own side of the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
And the Raiders first down.
Get it. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Throwing from the gun. Renfro on the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Come on. Hit. Ready.
To throw, here's Willis. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed and someone was there to make a play on it.
And what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Wilson now from the gun. He finds his running back deep down the left side. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Dulcich hauls it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Now That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Sticking in the air with Wilson. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
First down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for White. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Raiders looking down a very long field.
Ready.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Go.
Here's Willis. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up Alex Singleton. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
79 Broncos. Check go.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Finds Mims. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. Wilson throwing, 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Denver. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Trey Tucker to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Past the 60. Ready.
Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful.
50
Willis looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Now the Raiders readying for the punt. And they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Tremon Smith back deep for the Broncos. Only punted once in last week's loss. And he gets this one away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it.
Ready? 60 by 6, 60 by 6. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Wilson with it on first. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Robert Spillane has it. And the Raiders will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
He's got the hook up to Adams. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Here's Smith on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Here's Agnew on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Danny Lions. Go.
Willis. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. Well, that is not how you make the most of an opportunity when your defense gives you the football back. But the good news is, Brock, at least they get another shot.
Yeah, when you're running on the field, you feel the joy of that defense, right? They just got you a possession. They're giving you an opportunity. And thankfully, they saved the day by at least jumping on the ball.
Ooh, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Unlock line.
Here's Akers up the middle. Juke the defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Pretty obvious, this defense, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Man in motion here. Willis now. This will be caught by Adams. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Ready.
From the 31. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Mims. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. Ball at the 33 for first down. Wilson now. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. They'll come up first and 10.
Come on, come on. Hit. Six devices, 6 devices.
Throwing is Willis. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Some guys, you just have to account for them, especially middle linebackers. I remember Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, it just felt like their presence took up the entire field. And this linebacker today, well, he had the interception earlier, a sack right now. You've got to start figuring out a plan for him, or he will take over this game.
This is ahead for about 5. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down.
18 Rodney, 18-2.
Willis to throw it. He's got it near the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the gun, here's Akers. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Stephanie, go.
Here's Willis to the air. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Mims. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31.
Set. Check, Panther. Ready.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's trying to push the field. And they pick him off again. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. All right, and for those of you keeping score at home, that is the 6th. Yes, I said the 6th time they've intercepted it this game.
And I'm glad you repeated that, Kate, really, because I think a lot of people watching might have heard 6th and assumed they were wrong. That is a staggering total for any defense in any single game, and it doesn't come without every member of their defense doing their job. Even the ones without the stats and the interceptions, they've done their part in pressure, they've done their part in coverage, and they've done their part to put together one of the best defensive days I've ever seen.
That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Ready. 19 Lions.
Now they send their back in motion right. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Mims. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Set, go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Complete to Mims. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. 1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go, set. Panther 60, Panther 60. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
On play action now, Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Broncos football as we enter the 4th of what's been a largely one-sided game. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Ready.
Trying again following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Ready? Hut.
Rush coming for Wilson. Pass complete to Dulcich. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Set up. 19 Lion. Set up.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's into the hands of Franklin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go. Ready, ready?
Throwing again. Here's Wilson. It's a Denver touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Tucker now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready? Ready?
Shotgun. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Let's go.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. To throw, here's Willis. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
3rd and long for him here. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Get it. Let go.
They run. Here's Akers. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Go.
2nd and 10 now. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down. It's Akers on the carry. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Running on 2nd with White. He's touched down behind the line as this one goes the wrong way.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, here we go. Buffalo 18.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Levi Wallace with the INT. takes this one back for the pick six. So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for two.
The Broncos will line up for the two-point conversion.
Wilson's throwing for it. And he'll get into the end zone to make this a one-score game in the fourth quarter. Well, all things going their way through the air at the moment, partner. They pick off a throw for 6, and then they complete a pass of their own to add on 2 more.
Can I be honest with you here, Kate?
Please, please.
And maybe I'm a bad person for saying this, but every once in a while, I root for chaos.
Woo, I love it.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded a little chaos. I wouldn't have minded seeing that one go back through the air the other way and put 2 on the board, but it wasn't to be. That's excellent execution to get the touchdown on the pick 6 and put 2 more on the board.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Akers.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Ready?
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready?
Here's Willis. Roll left side, taken in by Adams. Decent gain here, but short of the first. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first to stop this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
Ready up.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
79 Broncos. Here we go. Set.
Looking to throw. He did it! He made the interception! Picked up Alex Singleton. And the Broncos have some new life in the 4th.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready? Go.
Defense shows blitz. Wilson. Throw complete to Williams.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Warrior 70. Check go.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos come through to tie it in the 4th. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And they'll take the lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Tucker now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's a handoff to Akers. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Raiders down by only 1. Second down now, 7 to go.
Ready?
From the 32. He's on the move. Trying to push it deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. They'll try the right side with Akers. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Now to throw. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Setting up to pass. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. Would have felt more comfortable, obviously, with a 7-point lead, but they have to settle for 5. The Raiders' kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
18, run, 18, run. Ready?
He'll look to throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Let's go now.
To throw. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
On the set.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing now. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
After that stop, Kate, they can start to celebrate. Well, kind of. They still got to finish this game. And my favorite formation in football, that victory formation. Get into it, secure the football, and you'll secure this victory. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they take their first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.